Leroux the other night had a season-high 18 points. Here's Boston turning the corner. Dishing to Hull. Extra feed Clark. A deep three. You bet!
It is Caitlin Clark able to clear for Indiana.
Caitlin coming off that 20-point performance right here. Handling the physicality of Benijah Lane.
Here's Clark being hawked by Isaiah James. Clark sidestepping three is good!
When Caitlin Clark attacks off the dribble, defenders face two options: get embarrassed or get out of the way. In this game, her crossover was absolutely deadly. From the very first possession, Caitlin showed confidence and control.
Only three to shoot. Gonna have to make something happen. Clark through the lane, reverses it in.
Clark penetrating. 13 in the first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today.
She used a sharp left-to-right crossover to shake her defender and step back into open space, knocking down a smooth jumper. It was a clear warning. She came to dominate. Moments later, with defensive pressure mounting, she lulled her opponent with a slow dribble before snapping a behind-the-back crossover.
And is going to look, as the season goes on, playing with two bigs. I think they'll make some adjustments, but they are doing a good job playing with two bigs so far.
And there's Clark turning the corner, getting to the rim and drawing the foul. Caitlin Clark's first bucket tonight, an and one opportunity.
I thought Paige Beckers was solid. I thought she had a solid first game.
Clark looking to shake Vandersloot. Step back is good.
Her defender lunged the wrong way, and Caitlin exploded into the lane, finishing with a soft floater. The bench went wild. The crowd buzzed. Caitlin was just getting started. As the game progressed, her crossover turned into a weapon of control. She wasn't just breaking ankles, she was dictating the tempo. In one dazzling second quarter play, she executed a double crossover in transition, shaking off two defenders before pulling up for a silky mid-range jumper.
And the way that makes her a threat from so many different places on the floor. Clark, little mid-range, is good. In the corner, Caitlin Clark, 12 in the half.
This game, the pace of this game, I'm not quite sure who is benefiting. I guess you have to say the Wings right now because they're up.
Clark turned the corner.
But then again, here comes the Fever using the same. Caitlin Clark has been able to be ball dominant the last few possessions, and she's gotten to the rim. She's had both looks to score and been able to pass the ball out to open shooters.
Now Clark trying to make something happen. Behind the back. Attacks the basket and gets her first field goal. Clark, as we mentioned, only 3 points in the second half. She had 13 in the first half, but has picked up a triple-double here today and gets the and one.
Clark hasn't shot the best in the second half, and this is just a great job. Little hesitation, change of speed.
That tempo, they struggle. They don't play as well, but here is a huge steal, which again, they play so well in transition.
From the Clark injury. Clark crossing over on the drive, steps back and knocks it down. And in fact, Bentley lays that one in.
Look at the attack, how quickly up the floor.
And Clark hits a three. Down to 9. Here as Clark gets inside, the scoop shot falls.
Swish, no wasted movement, just surgical execution. The opposing team scrambled, switches, traps, help defense, but nothing worked. Clark sliced through it all with calm precision. Then came the moment that broke the internet. Late in the third quarter, facing the opponent's top defender, Caitlin hit her with a series of dribbles, then crossed hard to the right.
We are under a minute to go now. Clark burning up the court. Gets the bucket and one.
This is the speed that she gets you on, her quick moves to get to the basket, up and down the court. Caitlin Clark takes it herself.
And the W, and this guy is the president of the NBA players.
We keep playing here from Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Clark led that furious comeback and gets us started here in overtime. And Clark turns on the Jets. Clark off the screen, drives inside, and the big shot is good. Clark working on Plum here. Clark leans in, draws the foul, and knocks it down. His points here, and that's been kind of the story for the Aces this year. As Clark got around Stokes, gets to the rim, lays it in, and a foul. 6-year pro Adam Marquette, mid-second rounder who's really found a spot in the WNBA. It's Clark just weaving her way inside through traffic and got it to go.
The defender slipped, nearly fell. and Clark calmly stepped back and drained a deep three. The arena erupted. Fans jumped out of their seats. Phones were everywhere. It was a moment built for the highlight reels, and Clark owned it.
Boston, who also has a 15-5-5 game today. Here's Clark, catch, fire, and connect.
So the best thing you can do as a defender is not give it to him.
Clark.
Back-to-back triple.
Clark, pull up three, at one.
Here's Clark. Picked up now by Dee Richards as she's into the ball game. Richards on the floor. Clark, the step back three just below the logo, drills it.
Caitlin Clark steps onto the court with a presence that instantly stretches the defense beyond its comfort zone. The moment she crosses half court, defenders are forced to pick her up, knowing her shooting range extends several feet behind the three-point line.
Second and third quarter, that's been the issue for the Liberty, so let's see if they can have a better one here today as Clark.
She doesn't wait for perfect spacing or wide-open looks. She creates her own rhythm with sharp dribbles, sudden pull-ups, and fearless confidence. Her release is quick and smooth, the ball rising with a high arc before snapping cleanly through the net. Every deep three-pointer feels like a momentum shift, energizing the crowd and igniting her teammates.
Wants more of that from her, catching around that 15-foot area.
Clark connects! The first logo bomb!
Here's Clark, 4 seconds left. Clark fires. You bet! Atkins gets a poke on it. Here's Clark firing and hitting. 6:03 to go in the fourth. Clark says, "You're going to give me that space. I'm going to do this." Fourth three of the game.
Dug themselves into an early hole here. Clark looking to get going. Oh, that's a deep three. Another second chance opportunity. Clark fire away and knocks down a three.
He determined that Ariel Atkins had possession.
Clark the switch on to Dolson, steps back and buries a triple.
Even in the final minutes, with the win in hand, she didn't let up. One last hesitation, one last killer crossover, and her defender was left frozen. The crowd's reaction said it all. Shock, awe, and full-blown admiration. By night's end, Caitlin Clark hadn't just outplayed her rival, she embarrassed them with a crossover masterclass.
And he actually brought up stats from a shooting slump Steph Curry went through. She said that made her feel a lot better. That pass will as well, right on the money to Mitchell.
Tack the closeout.
Clark, the rejection of Quinterly. Clark, the flick ahead. Oh, beautifully done. Touchdown fever. Packers 7 points, 2 assists. Here's Clark. Bounces. Boston takes and drops it in.
Wheeler, Clark launches, hits a three.
Mitchell the knockaway. Clark's three. It's good.
And now with 22 seconds to go, here's Clark off the screen. The three-pointer is good.
It was a 1-point Indiana lead after one. Clark giving it up. Boston through the lane, lays it in, plus the foul.
She has a 6'10 wingspan. It allows her to tip basketballs over bigger players.
Clark dumps it, is able to squeeze it in.
She didn't need trash talk. Her handles said it all. Her rival was left chasing shadows, and the fans, they couldn't believe what they had just seen. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment from the brightest stars in basketball.